The bonds that humans have formed are not sacred. They are built upon a storehouse of need. If family was sacred, then it would contain no turmoil. If friendship were sacred, friends wouldn't become enemies. If marriage was sacred, there would be no divorce. The truth is that nothing is sacred. A mother gives birth to a son. There is indeed a blood tie that exists. But once the child is born, it is influenced by the culture, far more than it is influenced by the mother, particularly if the child is put in school. Virtually every human being ends every phone call or goodbye with "love you." Love is just a word. It has become a reflexive sentiment, like saying "bless you" when someone sneezes. Love perhaps does exist, but if it exists, the things that need to happen for it to bloom are unthinkable. If love does exist, it cannot exist with ego. When I say cannot, I'm not saying must not. I'm saying that it physically cannot. The way that snow cannot exist on an 80-degree day. When I say ego, I do not mean self-pride. I mean the presence of a self altogether. Where there are two, there cannot be love. The relationships that man has made are not based upon love. They are based upon need. They are based upon habit. They are based upon the fear of loneliness. They are based upon the avoidance of pain. Ironically, such relationships can only produce pain, with a few sprinkles of joy scattered across a 50-year time frame. Humans love to have the wool pulled over their eyes. They love to live in the darkness. Because the light illuminates such unthinkable horrors, they are simply too painful to live with. If you are a parent, you will become catastrophically hurt by your children. If you are married, you will become catastrophically hurt by your spouse. It is the same with business partners, friends, extended families, and so forth. Human relationships are full of pain, far more than joy. They bring sadness far more than they bring peace. And humans spend the whole of their lives fixing, forgiving, fighting, and making up. What lies at the foundation is something few wish to see, for the surface so completely occupies their time and their thoughts, there is no time, energy, or desire to examine the truth. The human's time is so completely spoken for. His hands are tied, his plate is full, his calendar is booked. He spends the whole of his life putting out one fire after another, and there are so many fires to put out that it leaves little time for anything else. He spends the whole of his life desperately trying to make amends. Who has time for the truth? The truth is that all human relationships are based upon an invisible web of need. The husband needs from the wife needs from the husband, the parent needs from the child needs from the parent. All needs are, at once, opportunistic. It is extraordinarily rare to witness or experience a relationship that is totally and completely free of need. A relationship that is based purely upon giving, without the slightest touch of the ego of having given. A relationship that is based solely upon a surrender of the self and a surrender of hope and control. A relationship in which there is no concept of give and take. A relationship in which there are no emotional needs that exist. This is a once-in-a-millennium sort of relationship. This is a relationship of the gods. It is beyond the capabilities of mortal men. The irony is that it is only such a relationship in which a human being can truly be free. For although man believes that he is bound by the other, the truth is that he is bound by the need for the other. If a human experienced pain in a relationship, and this pain was unacceptable to him, he would simply leave. But he does not, because inextricably tied to the pain is need. While he receives pain on the one hand, He also occasionally satisfies some of his needs, such as the need for companionship, a shoulder to cry on, help with domestic responsibilities, and so forth. The world is a big place, and life casts a large shadow. How can a man possibly go it alone? There are too many dark places, too many ghouls that lurk in the shadows, too many responsibilities, too many burdens to bear. The one who lives without turmoil, the one who lives totally and completely free, is the one who sees the truth that supports the entire game. The desire to see the truth does not come easy. It is a last resort, when all other options are repeatedly exhausted. But when it happens, one comes upon true maturity. And where there is true maturity, there is true freedom.